host of the evening. If you don't know him, his name is Ryan Biziorek. He's the best man. So he's going to take it away from here and do your thing.
Thanks, Scott. Echoing Emily's comments, I'd like to say thank you to everybody again for making the long treks from Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Painesville, and other exotic places. And thanks again to the Morton family putting this all together, gathering everybody here. I mean, this is a great turnout. You can't deny that. And the Miller family as well. We had a fun rehearsal dinner last night. Everyone shared some stories. Particularly my favorite was the one about ice cream. And you can ask Liz about that later. But, and definitely big thanks to my good friend Chris for giving me all the responsibility that he was supposed to do for this whole event. I think I've come through and pulled it off well for you. I'm hoping that he's relaxed tonight, have a good time. And his face didn't look exactly the same as it did on the Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point the 6th time we went, and when he was getting married tonight, so that's a good thing. He's not quite as frightened as I thought he may be. So he came through, and it's a funny story about how I became best man because it kind of describes the relationship that Chris has with a lot of us and a lot of his close friends. I was in Duxbury in the Cape last summer, and I asked Chris, when's the wedding? Because I don't plan more than 2 weeks ahead. And he said June 20th in 2008. I'm like, okay. And he had this very frightened look on his face, and he said to me, Ryan, you're going to be there, right? I said, of course I'm going to be there, Chris. He said, good, I need my best man there. And that's when I said, I'm the best man? He told me 6 months after they got engaged. But that just kind of speaks to the flavor of how Chris is a really relaxed guy, very easygoing, and gets along with everybody, especially his closest friends. But I'm really here to talk about honesty and how sincere and how wonderful things are supposed to be in the speech about Chris, but I couldn't find anything. So instead, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about his love life through college, and it goes a little something like this. So Scott, if you could give me that first bit of music there. So, meet Chris. Chris is my fellow Kalamazoo College freshman year suite level roommate, and a physics major as well. Chris was very studious in his studies, as you can see, but Chris didn't have much luck with the ladies. So, after a few parties that he decided to throw in his suite, he found his love for DJing, and his musical interests, and Timmy had summed up a good amount of DJ equipment, and before you knew it, he was spinning the tracks everywhere, and it sounded a little something like this. And before you knew it, the ladies came flocking out. Work it, Chris, work it. But the problem was that Chris's musical taste didn't always go over well with the Cage College crowd. He likes Americoy a lot. It's all too bad, really. But so Chris even decided to change his repertoire a little bit and try to entice the ladies back into the into the dance floor. And it went, this was one of the songs he usually used. Chick magnet, isn't he? But soon it got pretty old pretty quickly, and it was all over for Chris. Sorry, buddy, you're done. So Chris went to Australia for a little while. If you know that story, he went vegetarian and he came back a carnivore. Surprise, surprise. And then Chris came back and he's like, I don't have any money, I don't have any women. So what better job that could give me money and women at the same time than be a pizza delivery guy? Papa John's, the fine establishment as we know it, worked well for Chris. He drove around in his car at nightly outings, serving the delicious deep dish pizza. And even the Western girls took him up on it. He gave them their phone number, extra garlic sauce, extra breadsticks, still the ladies were elusive. So, senior year came, and I said, Chris, the best way to get a girl is to get her in a boat and go sailing on the sailing team. And we sailed quite a bit. That didn't really work out for him. So we resorted to Wednesday nights at this local club called Wayside. And you know Wayside, it has a big dance floor. And Chris would just come on out and bust his moves to his favorite tunes. And the ladies followed him very closely. Work it, Chris. Work it. But before long, they found out he really wasn't that good of a dancer. And they gave up. So Chris and I spent many nights at Sweetwater Donut Mills, eating donuts and sipping coffee afterwards. So finally, college ended, and Chris and I went our separate ways for a while. And Chris picked up a job at Steak and Shake. Apparently we have a lot of Steak and Shake fans in the house. And he moved down to Atlanta with our good friend Casey, and Casey said to him one night, hey, you've got to come out with this girl that you met, her name's Liz, and before you know it, he twisted his arm and they made it out. So the scene is set at dinner. Chris and Liz are sitting closely together. And they've gone through the dinner, they've flirted, had a little bit of conversation, everything was good. And then Liz ordered a big slice of chocolate cake. And Chris was slightly distracted for a little bit, and when he turned around, all of a sudden the cake was gone. And this apparently was love at first sight. I skipped all the Facebook details, but in all honesty, well, we moved a little bit forward after that, and there was some Facebooking and whatnot. And finally, one morning at Trickham Middle School, Chris came on the morning news, and he proposed to Liz, which sounded a little bit like this. Next one, Scott.
It is now for a very special announcement from our guest speaker.
Hello, Miss Morton. I bet you weren't expecting this. I had a question that just couldn't wait for you. Will you marry me?
And of course, Liz said yes. So that's the story of Chris's love life in a nutshell. With a double steak and shake burger, whatever, mixed in there. But in all seriousness, it's been great getting to know Liz over the past year and her family over the past week, Jim and Gracia and Alex. And I've known the Millers for a long time in Duxbury and Cincinnati, and they've been great to me and all of Chris's friends. And it's just been a real honor being part of this event. Excuse me. So I just wanted to wish the two of them health, happiness, and good times in bed. But we should all raise our glasses and toast the happily newlyweds. May it be that way forever. And one last time for the white sunglasses. So thanks to these guys as well. Thank you.